First of all, we'd just like to apologise for not putting up any content in the last couple of weeks. As you can see, we've been away for the last couple of weeks. We've been doing other bits and pieces around the UK, been out in Dublin for Stag Do. So we're now just catching up with you. We're going to provide you with a little bit of video of what we're doing here in Australia over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be touring around, doing some really cool things in and out the city, just exploring around. So we're currently on one of our favourite beaches here in Sydney, up on the northern beaches, which is Narrabeen. Really love this beach. Found this when we were travelling around in Sydney and Australia in 2011, 2012. It's an amazing surf beach. Lots of locals come down here to surf. You can probably see a couple of them behind me out in the surf at the moment. It's about 11:30 in a weekday, and as you can see, the locals come down here no matter what time of day it is, whether it's during the week or the weekends. But at the moment there's pretty much no one on the beach. As you can see, the sun's out, we've got blue skies behind us. It's about 25-26 degrees. No one's about, we've got the beach to ourselves pretty much, so we're going to be enjoying this for the rest of today and in the weeks to come. This is one of the really amazing beaches up here on the northern beaches. Stretches all the way from DY all the way up to Palm Beach, which you may recognise from the TV show Home and Away. We'll try and take you up there, show you some of that beach. Unfortunately, we can't get the drone to fly up around there, so we'll just have to rely on the GoPro and the camera. This is because there's a seaplane base up there. Also, there's a couple of other places in and around Sydney we can't fly due to airports, but we'll try and get the drone up as much as we can to show you some of the really cool coastline, some of some really amazing parts of the world. Here we are now up at the entrance to Narrabeen Lagoon. So this is the beach where we've been spending most of our time, and as you can see there's a lagoon entrance just here, then goes down into this really nice rock pool. Full tide, this is pretty much covered. All these rocks down here are covered underneath the sea. You get lots of people jumping off the bridge just over here into the nice calm waters of the lagoon, and then just down behind us here we've got the rock pool where you can go in, swim in the seawater, but it's just outside of the waves. We'll take you down there and have a look. Also put the drone up a couple of days ago, so I'll get you some footage and show you the footage of this amazing coastline from a drone's perspective. But let's take a wander down to the rock pool. So here we are up at the rock pool. As you can see, the ocean is just there, and we've got this rock pool with the walkway up between the middle, two different sides. Quite a few people swimming in here at the moment. Obviously when there's high tide, the water laps over the edge and refills the pool. During the summer months they also do drain it and clean it out. It's really cool. If you don't want to be out in the waves, you want to have a good swim, you can come down and use this. This is where it all started for us, Sydney Lakeside Caravan Park. Back in 2011, 2012, while we were working in the city, this is where we used to stay. Used to put our tent up here, put a suit on, go into the city and work. And then in the evenings, used to be able to walk over the road into the amazing lagoon, and then just over those dunes there, back onto Narrabeen Beach. So as you can see, prime spot. You can sit and have a barbecue out in the sun and go and catch some waves. It's changed from a big 4 caravan park now into an NRMA caravan park, but still exactly the same facilities. We used to put our tent up pretty much just over there. We used to hop between here and Lane Cove National Park. They wouldn't let you stay on here the whole time, but we were here for about 3 months. So yeah, this is where our love for Sydney started. So this is out into the lagoon, just from under the bridge over there. Out into the lagoon. Tide's out at the moment, so water level's a little bit low. You can see some fishermen just stood out in the lakes over there. A couple of paddle boarders. Gets really busy with paddle boarders in the summer and when the tide's fully in. So you get quite a few pelicans. Can't see any around at the moment, but you get some pelicans just on the shore. Obviously fishing. Goes all the way up then out onto Pittwater Road, and again just on the right hand side of the caravan park. It's really nice. You can just come out, sit on the beach and take in an amazing view. So today we're heading around the eastern suburbs of Sydney. Some of you may know one of the most famous eastern suburb is Bondi. We're doing some of the slightly off the beaten track versions. We're currently down in a little place called Parsley Bay. Really quiet, little quaint bay, really tiny little beach, but I can see this would be a real hot spot for the locals down in the summer. Obviously they want to avoid all of the busy times over in Bondi. Some nice little boats, some really beautiful houses out here on the bay. So we've just been down right out onto the front. Fortunately we can't put the drone up along here because there is a seaplane base, so we're just gonna have to use the GoPro and the camera, and we'll try and get you some great shots of this lovely bay. So there's this really quaint little bridge that heads off over the bay to get you from one side to the other, so you don't have to walk all the way across. Take you across and go and have a quick look. Takes you right across the top of the bay, and you can look out one side out into the ocean. You can just see one of the ferries there in the background. Takes you back into the city, and then you've got on this side down into the bay with a nice little beach. There are a couple of signs down here around stingrays. Just got to be careful for a few stingrays down in here, but they do have some nets just out here which are obviously trying to stop them from coming in. But again, lovely little area, really nice. I bet this is a real hot spot in the height of the summer. So one of the things that everyone always talks about when coming to Australia is the wildlife. Don't know whether you can see that spider just on the web just there. Fairly decent sized spider. Definitely won't want to be getting caught up in that web. Another piece of really amazing Australian wildlife just under here, under the rocks, just basking in the shade. Just under there is a lizard. You just see him in the background. has just rained, so he's probably just under there just getting a bit of water, cooling off a little bit. Australian wildlife is pretty amazing, even though when we travelled in 2011, 2012 we only saw a couple of snakes and a few spiders. You can get a better view of him just over here. There he is, just basking in there and under the rocks. So we've now headed a little bit further up the coastline and we've come to Sydney Harbour Gap Bluff. Really cool lookout point. It's another great thing that Australians do very well, is when they have an amazing view like this, the national parks put on these amazing viewpoints where you can take a hike up to the top of the rocks, take some amazing photos and then get some pretty spectacular views like you can see behind me. And all the way behind me again you can look right back into the city, back into the harbour, back and see the Sydney Harbour Bridge. This is a pretty spectacular point up here. I'd love to stick the drone up, but as I said, there is a seaplane base just up the road, so unfortunately we can't put it up here. And it is still a little bit windy today as well, so I didn't think it would survive very well either. So these are the style of walkways you'll see a lot of in Australia when you have waterfalls, lookout points or points of scenic interest. New South Wales government, or the whole of the Australian government, therefore just puts on these really nice clean walkways. They're really well maintained, so you can get up and see the amazing views without being in any danger. So here we are up above the amazing Palm Beach. If you don't recognise this, this is actually the beach from Home and Away that they use in Summer Bay. So we're going to be heading down onto this amazing beach. We're going to be heading down onto the beach, go and top up our tans a little bit more in this amazing weather we're having. It's jumped up to about 26 degrees. Still a few clouds around in the sky, but it's still really nice and warm. So let's continue down onto the beach and let's go and explore some more. So here we are down on Palm Beach. As you can see, it's an amazing beach. Yeah, we've pretty much got it to ourselves. It is during the week, so we're lucky enough to have it to ourselves again. Actually filming Home and Away down here today. Couldn't get too close to it, but I've managed to get a few photos which I'll put into the vlog so you can see that. Also got a photo with the Summer Bay sign, which is great. So yeah, we're going to chill out here on the beach for a bit. Still pretty nice weather. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 26, 27 degrees. So we're going to chill out here on the beach. Sorry for the wind, it is a little bit windy and I forgot to bring the microphone with me, so hopefully you can hear me. But yeah, we're going to chill out here on the beach and let's go and check out some waves. One of the really cool things we love about Australia are these amazing picnic places you get everywhere. So this is just one here. We've got 4 benches. There's multiple of these around this park. Another one just over here where you can sit down and have a barbecue. And then over on here you've got a covered area where you've got some electric barbecues that you can come and use, just communal. Most of them are usually free, including these ones here. As long as you just clean them up after you finish with them, you can come in and use them as you want. So you just push the start button and then the 20 minutes they last for heat. And you've got a nice seating area in here as well that you can use. Really shows the outdoor living lifestyle you get here. These are used really frequently in the summer and at weekends. Obviously at the moment it's still early in the afternoon, so people are still in work, but I'm sure later on as the sun's out people will be down here using these. Really nice open park area just off the side of the beach. Hey everyone, today we've come down to Sydney's inner west, right by the iconic Harbour Bridge, which you can see just behind me. We've also then got Darling Harbour down here, lots of office space, some nice restaurants, bars. We're heading down there in a couple of nights time, so we'll take you down there with us and show you the sights down there. But now we're just going for a lovely walk all around the bay. This is one thing that Australia does really nicely, is all of these really nice walks along the side of the sea, alongside of rivers. As I showed you yesterday, all the barbecue points that you can go and stop at, there's all these around here as well. So we're now going to head round Balmain, again a really affluent area of Sydney, probably just because how close it is to the city. Ferries run backwards and forwards here into the city pretty much all day, so it's a really nice commuter belt area. You can get into the city relatively quickly. Hey everyone, so tonight we've come down to Darling Harbour. We're heading over to the Star, which is a casino, which is just over here. It's got a restaurant in there, a buffet, seafood buffet tonight. But down in Darling Harbour, really loads of bars, restaurants, loads of people come down here after work for a beer. Lots of happy hours between 4 and 7, 4 and 6. Lots of really nice boats. There's a couple of Navy boats just over here. It's the Maritime Museum. And then just up here we've got a couple of other yachts. There's a nice Investec yacht just pulling in just here. We're going to head round, go for some food, and then unfortunately we can't take you in with us because it's a casino, they don't like you filming in there. But it's a seafood buffet tonight, lots of crab, lots of oysters. It's also Thai month, so we're going to go and get some nice Thai food, so let's head on round. So we're now on the bridge up over the top of Darling Harbour. We've got Barangaroo just behind here, which is quite a new development. Lots of office buildings, lots of nice restaurants. Went to a Thai place there the other night, pretty amazing. But again, pretty amazing views on a day like today. Nice blue skies out in the city. So there used to be a monorail that used to run around the city of Sydney. This is one of the remaining stations they've left up. They've now demolished the monorail. They've got lots more ferries, buses, really expensive to maintain and keep up, but it's one of the remaining stations and you still go up inside it. They're actually building a new commuter rail which is going to have some overland bits, but they're further out of the city. But it's quite cool to see these buildings still standing. So just before we head into our dinner reservation, we've just come down into Paramount. Some loads of different wharfs, about 10 of them I think, coming out, jutting out into the sea. Nice apartment blocks behind, space for your boat parking if you're lucky enough to have a boat. And then you've got these lovely views out onto the harbour and over into the city, which is just over here, and then down onto Barangaroo Point. So the Star, where we're going for food, it's just behind us over here. So we'll be heading over there for about 6 o'clock, going to sit down for our food. We're just going to sit out here and enjoy the view. So here we are back again at probably our favourite beach in the entire world, North Narrabeen. Spent most of our time that we've been in Sydney out on this beach when the sun's been out like it is today. Absolutely gorgeous day. As you can see, the waves are smashing behind me. Been out in the sea quite a bit. We'll put some video in of us being out in the waves. We took the GoPro out in the sea to show you just how powerful these waves are. This is one of the second longest beach in Sydney, stretches all the way around. Just around here you can see Colliery, you've then got Narrabeen, and then this side you've got Northern Narrabeen Beach. So the last couple of days here in Sydney we'll be spending here on the beach. We've had an amazing time, love this part of the world, love Sydney, love the city. Tonight we're heading off into the Star in Sydney for a seafood buffet. Been to this before, really nice mixture of seafood, loads of different foods, and it's actually Thai month here in March, so we'll be going and enjoying that tonight. For the next couple of days we'll be enjoying this beach, catching some last minute rays before heading back on our plane on Saturday. We hope you enjoyed our time here in Sydney. If you really like this video, remember to give us a big thumbs up. We'll be back in the UK next week, continuing work on the van. We've got a couple of bits on order that we'll be able to get back out in the van. Hopefully the weather's starting to get a bit nicer back in the UK. don't think it'll be as nice as this. So we'll be able to get back out, get some more work done on the van, and hopefully get that van away so we can take it away, go camping. Looking forward to getting out, doing some camping trips and that. So until next time, see you again soon. Bye.